Hey, it's the Rooster, Bobby Leach for the TimesWeekly.com. Saturday's game against visiting Chicago King must have been a game circled by coaches at Joliet West, understanding that in the Southwest Suburban Blue, every single win counts towards a postseason potential. The Tigers put themselves in a driver's seat after overpowering King at home on Saturday. After struggling with early miscues, the West defense turned back King 4 times from their own 1-yard line after a block punt and then settled in for a ride. Senior quarterback Anthony DiNardo threw 3 touchdowns in the win and found receiver Ron Banner for 2 of them, a 20-yard strike and another 37-yard touchdown pass late in the fourth quarter to bury King 35-7. Heading into their conference schedule, the Tigers are poised to make the most of their season with a hopeful playoff berth at season's end, but they have a tough road ahead, starting with home with Flossmoor on the road Friday night. Game time is set for 7 p.m.
Man, 2-0 at Joliet West. Not very often you can say that, especially in the last few years. But and it's not a question of being overconfident because King took it to you guys a couple of times during this game. I mean, they had some advantages. You guys should have, could have, would have put them away earlier. But they got a little bit of hope in the game. They scored there, at the half and made it a 1-score game. And all of a sudden, you guys just a couple plays later, boom, you're back up. 2 scores.
Yeah, we just broke down defensively. We thought that we had it in the bag the first half, and just like everybody just stopped doing our job as a team, and we wasn't putting as much pressure up on the line or just filling the gaps as we should, and like we did the first quarter and the first half.
Yeah, well, they challenged you guys inside the one there, and you guys stuffed them, and you stuffed them all day. Anytime they wanted to run inside the tackles, that was not the place to go for you guys. So next week, HF, you got a great sophomore back out there. They're 2-0 as well. I don't think that Joliet West has beaten HF since I've been reporting over the last 5 years. So what's it going to take to win that game? I mean, because you can't go in cocky.
Man, we just got to come in humble, and we just got to do everybody do their job defensively and offensively. Just listen to the coaches and just do our responsibilities and fill the gaps and everything.
What was it today? What was the difference today in today's game?
That focus, they weren't as focused as they was last week, and just got to come out better and play better and block. That's what it started at, blocking.
If you can get the time to throw the ball, you got a great arm. Is that something you're hoping that's going to improve throughout the year? I mean, just getting that time, and then who knows where you guys can go in the city league.
If we get the time to block, and we could run the holes, we could pass the ball, we could do everything. It just started with blocking.
Does the temperature hurt too? I mean, when it's in the 90s, I mean.
I can play any weather. I'm just a ball player. I just want to play ball.
All right, man. Talk about that touchdown pass right at the end there. It's not. I mean, I know that it's late in the game. You got a big lead, but it still feels good when you can bring it down.
Yeah, the coach was saying, go in and Banner, this is for you. So I was like, all right. And then he wanted us to run it naked, so I went down the field. I seen the linebackers coming up, so I kind of drifted off. Me and DiNardo made eye contact, and he just pitted where I was at, and I just kept my feet and stayed in bounds and just took off.
Yeah, I mean, those moments don't happen. You only get 9 games a season guaranteed anyhow. Unless you make the playoffs. And so 9 games, you don't get a whole lot of chances to bring those balls down, so it's got to feel pretty good, regardless of what the scoreboard is at.
Yeah, this whole summer we've been working on just being disciplined and just making plays, and if we do our job, then everybody will be rolling.
You got an HF next week. How grounded is this team, and how prepared do you think you are for a conference schedule now in a very tough conference?
I think we have a real good chance. We've been working our butts off this whole summer, and our coach is saying do our jobs. Monday when we get there, have 100%, be focused. So if we just stay focused and be healthy, we'll be good.
You're going to see a playoff team next week. You're going to see HF, and so the playoffs aren't going to start in November. They're going to start next week for you guys, because in your conference, you got Bolingbrook, you got HF. You got Lincoln Way East, and not to mention some of the other ones. Newcomer Stag is 2-0 too, just like you guys. So there's playoffs really start for you guys next week. You got to come away with a guarantee of 4 wins in order to get in.
Right. Yeah, because I know next week starts our really tough schedule. We go, I think, 4 in a row. We have HF and Sandburg, Bolingbrook, and Lincoln Way East, and then we have the Stag, Central, and Lackport at the end. So it would be nice to go into HF and beat them. I know I've been looking forward to that since I saw the schedule, because we went in sophomore year to their place and beat them. I know it doesn't mean anything, but...
Are you timid at all, though? I mean, are you worried about it?
I'm not really worried about it. I like going in somewhere else with the fans, just like it's so hostile, and I want to, shut them up. And I know we all want to do that, especially with our offense. I'm pretty sure they have a pretty high-powered offense too, so it might be one of those slugfest games, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You guys look, you really hang with them in the first half. You come out, you get a score in the second half, and you fall a little bit behind there, and it just kind of got out of control.
Yeah, we got out of control. We ran out of gas, too. They just beat us up front.
You know, talk about it, a couple of times inside that 1 yard line. I know that first one right in the first half of the game really kind of bothered you. You didn't get in there.
I knew we were in trouble then. I knew at that point they had a superior line. We're going to be on the 1 foot line. You can't get in the try. You don't deserve to win. They just beat us up front.
What do you got to do for next week to get prepared for next week now? I mean,
we just got to go back and try to practice, try to get back out of practice, and that's just one game, and we wanted to win. We got beat, flat beat, and I have nothing but respect and admiration for these kids that beat us and the coaching staff here. They beat us fair and square.
That first half, though, they tried to challenge your defense, especially in the interior. They had twice inside the 1 yard line today, and you guys came up big. I mean, all the time. So when they do challenge your defensive line, your interior defense, it looks solid. They look really
time. Billy Myers had a real good game. He knifed through an awful lot and made a lot of plays in the backfield. So our D tackles, our D line did some good things. I mean, and when, like you said, when they were challenged, they stepped up to the challenge.
How big was that for? I mean, the block punt right there on the 1. I mean, that could change momentum real quick, and and it did in your favor right away.
Right. Hey, hold on 1 second.
Hey, Billy's still over.
Billy, come here. Banner, DiNardo. Okay. That killed us right off the bat. That we stinking stupid block punt. One of our up guys just didn't shoot out, and that's what happens. If you don't do your job, we talk about it all the time. Do your job, and good things will happen. He didn't do his job. He got in his face, blocked the punt. But I guess the good thing that came out of it, our defense held. And they did a great job.
And that really spread the momentum back to your way. Absolutely. When it could have went the other way real quick.
Absolutely.
Well, and then also took care of the ball today. I mean, that's the difference too. I see a difference in the team this year is they're taking care of the ball.
We didn't turn the ball over once, did we?
No. So
and that's the biggest thing. Last week we had stinking 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
That was huge. Heck, we were inside the 10-yard line our first 2 drives, and we didn't even put it in.
Right.
So I mean, we left 4 or 5 scores out on the field last week. This week was better. How many plays we run? About 40?
Right.
We didn't run very many plays today,
Right.
First half, we were able to drive a little bit, but they held on to the ball. I give them credit. They did some great, real good things, and we scored on big plays in the second half. I think 2-3 play drives, and we're in the end zone. So.
Well, you've always had athletes on offense. There's no question about that. But your defense really looks like if they can hold up the way that they played today, the way they played all season to this point, when they are challenged. I mean, you are in a tough conference, but you guys have stepped up a little bit. You got a newcomer in Stagg. Lockport, Joliet. I mean, you guys got an honest shot of being a 7-win team, 8-win team. This year. Honestly, I mean,
absolutely.
Obviously, you want to be 9-0, but we're gonna call it like we see it.
My job as a coach is to get our guys prepared for the next week.
Yep.
We talk about being 1-0 every week. Wisconsin did it when Belima was up there. Now he's probably doing it down in Arkansas. We need to be 1-0 at the end of this week, and that's what we were this week.